No, no, there we go. Oh, hey, came right onto the. That's all right. Because I fucked up last time too. So here we are. And here I was testing something and didn't realize I didn't have it on the opening screen. Hey, welcome back. I have no idea what to work on today, so I pulled a Harry Potter paper piece. I'm reading between a couple things. I need to start working on something, but I gotta test one more thing. And I didn't want to. I have so many tabs now. All right, so what we're gonna do, let's go back to the tablet. I'm gonna work on the paper piecing Goblet of Fire for the. And there you see Daisy in her Daisy shirt, piecing that time. So what I've got to decide here, so many things to decide. But I think I was going to do the lighter blue background because then either of the flames work. And this is typically too dark. This dark as a background. I haven't done that dark. You okay, Daisy? Miss Daisy. So I have to choose my goblet. This has a hint of a sparkle. It has a sparkle. This is technically the ironing board cover stuff, I think. Nope, nope, this is the Wyndham one. Sorry. And then this is just a gray. But we have to pick a goblet and a fire. I'm gonna check on little miss over here. Okay? Come here. It's just so much. Okay. Just checking. Just checking. You know, the old girl. All right. I guess that's how I like it. But hey there. How's it going? Good evening, Carrie. Carrots? How's it going? We're working on. We didn't know what we're going to work on. So, being as I ran around for all day and the past 2 hours trying to figure out what we're working on, this is it. So, this is one of those long term projects. Sally's seen it. And it is a Harry Potter world kind of thing in English, or not English, but foundation paper piecing. Let me change here. The camera's a little closer. So that's what I'm working on. And someone is sending me all kinds of messages. We're setting up all these coasters for leaders and enders, but I don't think that's going to play into tonight's because it's, well, maybe. I might need leaders and enders. But I'm creating while I do that. Carissa. Where are you from? Are you sewing tonight? What are you working on? Sally's sitting in her chair with a dog on her lap, I think. Let's see. Change camera. Sorry. So I'm just setting up. I decided that I was going to try to make those leaders and enders that we use be something useful. Like doing two quilts at once kind of thing. Which I'd probably fuck that up. That comes over here. So I'm making these coasters because I can set them off to the side and sew down each edge as my leader ender. I'll show you what I'm doing. So the plan is when we do our week-long sews, or I can put this in a giddy bag, gifty bag, kitty bag. I can have them on the counter for sale for like $3 a piece. So I'll show you how I layered it, but I'm working on a pixel style quilt for a picture. 26 2.5 inch squares. God, you're insane. And I'm flipping too much stuff. Oh, yeah, I am. 9 quadrants. Daughter from the airport. Nice. So, is she coming for a visit, or is this a where's my chopstick? Or is she just coming home from someplace? Sally's in Michigan. I'm in Oregon. Pixel quilt style. What's it a pixel image of? Because I don't think I caught that. She was visiting a friend of beach. All right. That's Sally's neck of the woods. So here's the coaster. It's just like a 4 pouch. So those are ones that can be flipped or done. Well, here's another one that can be flipped. But you need 5 squares. I use 5-inch squares. I had 1,000 of them because of work. Raw edges to the outside. Not that this is a teaching channel, but if you're wondering what the hell I'm going to be grabbing, because you'll see them. And this guy. The hardest part of this really is accidentally slipping up and putting one of these raw edges in, because that sucks. Table's really wobbly. Hmm. Not used to it being so wobbly. I wonder what's up. All right. So then I'm just pinching them, and then I'll use them as a wool. Nice. Nice, nice. I personally haven't done a pixelated one. There was a Moda challenge a bunch of years ago. I had this grand idea, but all had to use Moda Grunge, and it oh, to the pink fabric. Yep, yep, so pretty. The gray works are. Um, anyway, I was gonna read. I was gonna do Space Invaders because each line's a different color in that. So anyway, yeah, I got a few blocks in, and you know, I work, so I had to do that. I own a business. It owns me. All right, so A or B? Actually, there's one more gray. Get it. Pulled it earlier and set it down. That might be too blue of a gray for this background. I could go to an aqua background. I don't know. I'm done trying to figure it out. How about that? All right, so we are going to put that aside. That is going to be kind of where I can see it. I'll prop it right here. That I don't need because we're changing. Let's come back over here. So I did one of these with color, one of them not. And it's really pretty confusing. So I've got the map here. I need a pen. Oh, wait a minute. I just had there it is. And I'm going to just write on these because it ends up going away anyway. So, background, background, background. Okay, this is gray. And then background. Gray. This is kind of one of those long-term ones that, oh, it has an end because there's a finite number of blocks, but I don't know if I'll ever get it done. I bought it off of Etsy, and I believe the playlist description has a link to it. I'd have to double check because this was a few months ago that I was working on this last. I'm pretty sure it's there, but I get sidetracked pretty easy. So you just never know. I was trying to, oh crap, what is that? All right, that, this is background. I messed up Hagrid, and like a dumbass, I used my actual pattern and not a copy. And so trying to figure out how to fucking fix that was a bear. Um, E. E is here, so blue. Oh, maybe we just need to do that because it's like too small to write in. You know what I mean? F2 is blue. 8, 5. See, I knew I needed readers before I sat down, and I sat down anyway. So we've got blue, 2, 3, 4. So, what is your favorite form of quilting? English paper piecing, applique, foundation paper piecing. Wait a minute. Okay, J1 is blue. Those are gray. 8. This is sadly, as I'm finishing this marking, I realize I have a blue highlighter here somewhere. And I could have just fucking done that. Blue and blue. Okay. This one is on the smaller end of the blocks. If you guys want to see some of my other blocks, I can totally turn my phone into a camera and turn that around and show you. So I guess my answer would be a fandom. It's not a licensed pattern, but I bought it on Etsy like 10 plus years ago. But it's still there. I just was pissy because I didn't want to rebuy the pattern and I couldn't find what account or computer I downloaded it to originally. It was fun. How are things in Michigan, Sally? Paper piecing and traditional. It isn't my favorite, but oh, now that sounds amazing. I have. You had to make it up yourself. There's a book with the little coffin shapes. Crap, I'd have to go digging, but I own it, I think. So make sure you follow along so you can ask me later if I ever got off my ass to find it. We're gonna hope the washer doesn't go off. Quilter, I got towels, small quilts. And so often you gotta wash the dog hair off. Start again. You know, just the ones that hang out on the couch. Yeah, I couldn't find it. That was my part of my problem. It, I think I bought it before the shop opened, before I turned the account into a shop one, and I, there was two going for a little while, so I don't know. I did look. I did put some time into it. Then I contacted my friends that one that had done it and she didn't have it, and the other one that had said, "Nope, that's too much for me," and doesn't have it. Because I don't fucking know. Yeah, I got it though. It was a pain in the ass, but with some creative photocopying, there was an error. That was part of the problem because I had to redo Hagrid's face several times because of in one spot they had me go. They had it numbered wrong. They had me crop a corner, but I needed something there before I could crop the corner. Oh, well, that's good to know. I'm gonna dump this and I'll grab Hagrid for you. He's in a darker background, but not too bad. Oh, and here he is. Isn't he great? Let me get all this crap. And we don't need that, by the way. There's Hagrid. So, where's the... So part of my problem was because of the order you put pieces on determines what order you press your piece. And it made it to where his mustache hair was showing through his face like a dirty shadow, and down here too. And so then I redid it. Oh, there's a missing. How is that possible? Huh, how is that even possible? I seriously don't know how that's possible. We're going to dab some glue underneath there because nobody's going to end up sleeping under this. This will have to be a wall thing. So I took it back apart and then I used no-show mesh from. It does kind of. There was a point in time that, yeah, it was really kind of funny. And then when you didn't have all of his hair on, and he's like, it's, yeah, we thought that at one point. Um, so had to hook no-show mesh. I mean, I can still see it, but I don't know if you could necessarily see it. But anyway, and then he has a little dragon behind him. So this got redone multiple times. All right, it's out of the way. Okay, where do we want to start? That thing I keep. Yay! I like it when nobody can see it. All right. Don't know where we're gonna start, but let's see. The very bottom. The bottom of the glass and the background. All right, glass and background. So if you go back and watch any of the previous stuff, the Ahoy All Pacific Northwest Shop Top quilt got quilted today. And so I'll be able to find that. All right. Finding doesn't happen. Oh no. I use my baby lock with a walking foot. Robert's making noise about doing a little remodeling. If it actually comes to pass, I think the best way for me to keep going on this would be for me to move the operation to the shop for the time being. It'll make life a little hell. Just a little bit hellish. But that would give me room, etc. All right. My nose is itching. Palms itching means you're coming into money. Ears ringing means someone's talking about you. What's nose itching? Not remember. Okay. What? Oh, does that really work? That's what I was thinking anyway. All right. They keep bouncing back and forth between two different contact prescriptions, trying to decide which one is going to work best. The one I have on currently is the one that I can't see close up. Which glow? It's what I'm having to decide is what is it that I'm willing to give up. Do I want to grab readers more to do this kind of work? Or do I want to hmm, that? I'm going to pick that out. I think the gray needs to come down just a little further there. I'll have a gap in my seam allowance. Anyway, not necessarily thinking this remodeling shit's going to happen. I've been told it's been going to happen before, so I'm not putting much more thought into it. Oops. Oh yeah, I'm on the right one. I was afraid I was on the wrong camera view. Alright, we're gonna try that. That's gonna come here. This is no longer. Oh yeah, stop stressing so bad. I will, however, be painting shortly in my bedroom because as soon as I start getting wallpaper, blinds, and things, hey, let's remodel that. We'll see. I'd be happy if it happened. I'm just not sure. Let's see if I can make this work a smidge smoother tonight. There. So this is where I have a hard time. The line gets really blurry. I'm not sure if I'm, you know. Sally, you just playing your tablet games? Listening to me bitch about everything? Did the car get fixed? No lasting damage or injuries, hopefully. Alright. And I am not going to use that one. And that is part of something else. We can tuck that way over. Alright. Yeah. I'm sure there's a safer way to do that, so do as you're supposed to do, not as I do. I'm breaking up. I'm not doing anything. I had somebody tell me that she can't get sound. She listens, I don't know if she casts or what she does, but she listens, she watches YouTube from her tablet to her TV, or from her computer to her TV. And I don't know why I would be no sound for her like that. And I'm not talking really loud. Michael talks a little loud. Bree was texting me that I was live with you guys. I'll have to go see what's up there. She was sewing at the shop with her mom all day. I was having fucking dentist appointments. Alright, there's one piece. You didn't have sound last week because for the first 25 fucking minutes, my mic was not synced to the um, recording software. I added something to it, an extension, so that I could figure out how to stream on two different, like Facebook and here at the same time. And it saw the headset, but didn't connect the headset. And I didn't realize because it changed. Some of my graphs are now vertical instead of sideways. And so it looked different. And it took me a bit to realize I didn't fucking have sound. And the amount of people that came through, hung out for a second, and left, and never said, "Oh, your volume's not on." No, it's not your responsibility. But, damn it. But that was it. That would be very much why it wasn't there. It was just like the icing on my cake. Like it comes in. Oh, hang on. I gotta look at those lines too. Okay, we're gonna try that. Okay, blue fire. Fire! Alright, you don't need to watch me do this. Watch me staring at the ground. Oi. I'm gonna brush some wrinkles out of this. Lois, are you around? You were at Disney, you dog. Oh, I guess not. I showed just you two, I guess. I saw it tucked in my back quarters, and I don't. It just kind of reminded me of the picture almost. I'm like that right there. It looks like it's glowing, and that's what it was supposed to be. Like, right? Well, that's how it is. 'Cause that's what I did too. That's the thing that happens the most with me is I get a wee disorganized. Big pieces there. I don't know if you've noticed I got a bug hanging out with me. I got a bug. That's over there. I am not turning a corner, so let's get the chopstick out of here. Let's see. And maybe I can do good and put all my shit back where it belongs. I couldn't keep a straight face on that. Okay, we're going to attempt this at the moment. Don't think I need the seam ripper. Now that I said that, I'll need it. All right. Back where I got it from. Garbage to garbage. Put it away. Don't put it down. Okay. Change cameras. We'll keep the mouse in the same spot too. Good thing that that was short because I definitely need the readers when I do this with this content. And maybe I don't need to read clearly 3 car lengths in front of me. Maybe I need to see up close better. Hi. No. All right. I usually have them fucking readers everywhere. Okay. So far, so good. I keep putting the stuck to the ruler. Keep putting the rotary cutter back. 3 cuts. I don't have a lot of experience in this yet. I didn't move the camera. Bear with me. Okay. This is going to be a glowy fire. Somebody was talking about this weird, he was talking about Harry Potter and how everybody, me included, was upset when one of the Weasley twins died in the last movie. At this point, it better not be a spoiler. Don't get on my case. And how we might have predicted that it would happen. I'm like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Way back when, I think it was in Goblet of Fire, which is why it's coming up. All right. I'm not trimming that quite right. There we go. Let me close one eye when I do this. Because Professor Quirrell had the turban, and now we know he had the turban because Voldemort was on the other half. Also, don't get on me for spoilers. And who was that? It was freaking Voldemort back there. And Voldemort ended up killing one of the Weasleys because he had to put up with getting beamed in the head with whatever it was. Sweets, cookies, something. I can't remember what they were throwing. Alright. I'm gonna have to get my glasses. Because this sucks. It was creepy, wasn't it? And it wasn't until, honestly, it wasn't until I was older. I read the books. I really liked the books, but realizing some of the talent that it was in it, coming back going, shit, that was David Tennant. Or, oh my God, that was, yeah, that was kind of cool. Okay, what do we got? One is the loneliest. All right, I like that one. Two is gray. Where's my? Almost the right spot. I just did that wrong. My boyfriend, two of my grandchildren. Aha! All right, damn it. I can come down here further. I cut gray and put there, and it's supposed to be blue. I'm supposed to be attaching gray. Can't attach gray to gray and have this work. All right. Duh. Yeah, I liked the Harry Potter stuff too. I haven't. I have to go through them all again. It was something watching those kids grow up, wasn't it? Every time a new movie had come out, you'd be like, "Oh my God, look how old they are!" Yep, yep. When those kids were little, you just wonder, did they realize what greatness they were getting to learn and get mentored from? There is some talent in that movie. Kids are kids. And to see how it was shaped, sometimes I get these cool things that come across my feed, like interviews with some of the actors on it, and the guy that I know I should know his name, but Harry Potter stuff. Oh, awesome. Um, the guy that played Malfoy. No, well, his dad. Um, he really brought a lot to the part, but he said he there for a while, when you first start, you're like, oh, gotta do this fucking acting with kids. Kids don't know shit, and we're gonna have to put up with, all this stuff, and there was a scene evidently that he ad-libbed something at at the end as he was walking out of someplace just because it felt right, and he's amazing, and Daniel Radcliffe answered right back, and just an ad-libbed line. It got left in. But that's when he went, oh no, this is an actor that just happens to be. Alright, let's press this. But it's such a small stitch line, it's like, I don't want to force this to go the wrong way. What direction is it supposed to go in? Like, I'm going to just have all this shit in there. Okay. And this is background. Okay. Let me press that edge. See if we can sneak something out up here. This corner. Okay. There. And okay. Yeah, I gotta redo the Flame Seeker moth too. So that paper piecing will probably be coming up. I gotta get through the shop hop and gear up for the next one. I don't know if there's gonna be a Harvest Moon one this year. I haven't heard shit. Yeah, I know. It's a problem. I find though I have to be a little more anal or hard on myself about putting stuff back in the same spot when I do paper piecing because there's so much shit. And it's so easy to get your shit buried under the scraps and, you know. So my plan is always put it in the same spot so then it will become muscle memory. I'm still working on it. All right, let's see how that is. So that's one of those little bumps out here. So now that looks like that. And this is supposed to be right there. Way up there. All right. I suppose we should do. Let's build it, I guess. Let's do the other bump. Okay. It's fucking everywhere, isn't it? Yeah, I am not. Depending on what. Like if I turn the camera around, it's fucking trashed. And I should be cleaning it up. But now I've got this. No, is he gonna? Am I gonna go through all this? Because I'm still trying to get used to this location. Because there's where I'm at right now. There's a step between the two floors here. I'm in the lower, and then there's one step this way up into like the formal dining room. So I was up there. So I came down here, which is nice because it's actually bigger. And I got a design wall now, and that's cool. But we've been needing to get our master bedroom downstairs, and we're not going to get to do the big remodel that we'd hoped. So it's right above me. So my bed, where the hell? I am under the bathroom door ish. Background. Okay, gotta make sure. See, I know I'm not there yet, but I'm going to make sure I didn't book myself. Okay, good. Go ahead and hold. So the first thing that we would have to do is fix the windows at the front of the house. It's got a little bit of a bay. The windows go all the way to the ground. So there's not like a bench seat in it. It's just an arch. And is it still considered a bay window at that point? I was trying to. I have some ideas, but then I'm also at the don't get ideas. Every time you get excited about something, you know, what am I doing? All right, so I need to come down here. Then I do shit like that. Anyway, so the first thing to get disrupted is where I am right here. Wow. Nobody really cares here either. Everybody's room is fucking trash. But I'm concerned about if we change where I'm at into my bedroom, it's right off of the front door. So like you step through the front door and then if you turned left, you would go through a doorway into here. And I don't always shut my bedroom door. And my bedroom isn't always fit for visual consumption by others. Do I put a partition? Do I get a pretty folding screen or something? What do I do? I gotta leave it open for the dog. So yeah, if it happens, I'm gonna stop standing in here trying to figure out how to arrange the bathroom. Then I will temporarily move to the shop, I think. Which would really fuck with my schedule, but whatever. It's supposed to be temporary. Supposed to be temporary. We're not sure if it's one. Alright, let's see. So, because I think it's happening right away, not. I've wallpapered. Well, he waited until I've already started wallpaper to bring this up. I'm gonna keep going because I think I will get to move into my bedroom. Move my sewing stuff into the bedroom. And that would be cool. I would be okay with that. That's upstairs though. What we're trying to do is get downstairs because we have the little dogs and we have to carry them up and down the stairs. And sometimes that means we have to do it in the middle of the night too. Okay, sometimes my ass every night. Daisy ends up needing to go out. She's old. She's 15. Well, almost 15. There was a minute there when I'm like, do I even just fucking paint? And then I realized how many things I put on hold. The last time we thought we were going to remodel, and I'm not going to do that. I can't live out of boxes. I can't live in perpetual hoping something's going to happen. This is great. Well, not yet, but it will be. Okay. We're just going to take the whole little train. Sorry, I forgot to move that. So I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing. And I'll adjust when I need to. Dang it. Wait, was this supposed to be? Okay, it was. Right back to that. Uh, yeah, it figures. It just, what am I looking for? So much. Not fun. Sadly, we put like 30 grand into house plans to the point where now he won't even listen to me or wanting to add something onto the house. And this is blue, right? Uh-huh. Blue. Blue, 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 blue. There went Daisy. Oops, I didn't have it on that camera. Let's move it back so that she's, you see the ramp right here, that one. So she's up on the step. Oops. What I'll do is plan out the fabrics for one or two of the other Harry Potter guys so that if I run into a, I don't know what to fucking do, I'll have one already figured out. And I have to do a couple because first I grabbed Luna and then I thought maybe I'd do a Dementor. And then it shifted to the Goblet. But sometimes you just don't feel it, right? Right? We're going to do a little tack. Okay. That's, oh, it's already here. Sorry. Does that not seem? Oh, because it'll be like, yeah, I was going to say, once we get the, yeah, that'll work. Once you factor in your seam allowance. All right, what's next? We've got the cup, right? D, all D, all D, all D, all the time. Okay, D1 is great. All right, D1, D2 is blue. Sally, did I show you the wallpaper? I have a, I have the rolls down here because obviously it's easier to cut it with all the quilting shit. But okay, that's what it is. Taking the old dog out. And blue. Okay. Okay. Fabric, cutters. All right. I'm going to switch cameras. Put them back. This will be cute. Did you see it? Or were you looking down? Because a lot of you guys just listen to me. Because I don't show my mug much. Now, next Monday, I got a hair appointment. And I am doing something wild. Wild. Um, yeah, let me switch back. A little back out just in case you weren't looking. It's not quite gothy enough, but the colors were roughly what I was wanting. And fuck it. D1, D2, D3, 5, 6. Oh, interesting. Okay. It won't change anything, but interesting. And D. Yeah. Might be able to simplify this. I'll have to look because this goes around that corner. No, it does have to be separate wedges. Bummer. Every now and then you'll be like, can't I just put one piece there instead of two? This is not one of them. Okay. And this is background. That background piece is so effing small. Okay. Tablet. The clock. If I didn't have to go hunt all over the house for some readers, I would definitely go grab a pair. If I knew right where a pair was sitting, I'd walk right there right now and get an old suck. Okay. Alright. Another piece. See, that's got something on it. Alright, sorry, I was just. Here we go. Hiya! Hot, 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 hot. And tired. Not big enough. How are we doing in the Olympics? I have not gone to check. Is that big enough? Ooh, it might be. I think it is. I think I can even light it a little further. Yep, I'm doing it. To let you know how well it's going over here, when I fold so good, I have my left eye shut. I was driving to the airport. My master bedroom is also my craft room. My bed is out in my 25-foot living room because the two other bedrooms are too small for my bed. Hey, if I lived alone, my master would be my sewing room. There's lots of people who have done that. And when my dad died and mom was getting more into sewing and stuff, um, she's like, "Oh, I gotta contain it." I'm like, "Why? You have a fucking sewing house. Nobody comes to your house. Okay, doesn't come to your house to stay." My sister's in New York, not New York anymore, Florida, and what? She comes out once every 5 years for a couple days, up to 2 weeks. Worry about it then. Help pay for a hotel. That's mean. Um, but don't not do what you want in your house because you're afraid someday somebody might come over and need a room. No, no, thank you. All right, I'm gonna move the camera back over there. Daisy's walking around, and if you are lucky, you will get to see her. So few stitches. There we go. Oh, there's Waddy. Waddy's sweeping in here. How about we just do that? See, that looks just fine. Yep, that's fine. Might as well, right? Yeah, I guess you did, didn't you? Because don't you do your genealogy down there too? Well, you had to move downstairs for sleeping too, right? I'm just, I just feel like I can't open my mouth anymore about it. Whoa, good thing I caught that. And then I'm so afraid I'm gonna go off the line because of not being able to see. Okay. 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 That's right. So I'm going to please take this thin paper out. I don't necessarily take the paper off any of the rest of it because I don't know what I'm doing with it yet, and it's just going to keep it stable. Well, realistically, I wanted this whole formal area, and then I was slowly taking over this lower side, and then I, Murphy said it happened, and then damn it, and then I moved it down here and gave up space for Robert up there, which he doesn't use. Yeah, it makes me happy. Whatever, whatever. I've always had the formal thing. When I made jewelry, I didn't scrap like for shit. There you go. Now you can see that part. Let's do that. Keep that flat. It blends right into the mat, doesn't it? Daisy is starting her pacing of the night, the mall walking hour, because it's after 8, right? Yep. Really? We've been doing this an hour? In 17? Holy moly. I'll have to take pictures, Sally, to show you as I get sections done. And what do I want to do? We're going to do it like that. Right to the right spot. Yeah, have it in like I overthought it. You know what that does. Oh, I hope I have this far enough. Let's take a look. There's a gap there. We're good. It's outside the not by much, but it's outside the quarter inch. Ooh, almost cut my thing. I love this thing. So glad I thought of it. Yeah, I gotta. No, I don't. There's parts of me that want to sit down and look at the genealogy again, but that's my hyper focus on this for a while. I'm shifting hyper focus on that. Right. So now, okay. Let's shift to. Might be able to see her walking around. That's my old girl. My Daisy go buttons. Alright. Where do I want to tuck this? If you watch closely, you'll see her fall off the step too, so she forgets where the ramp is. I don't think you can see it. No, it doesn't show. But I had some empty containers that I had. So directly across, I have some hutches, like that has my fabric. And so I had some things pushed up against the hutch, and she kept pitching over on that side too. So I just jammed them up against the side of the ramp. Can't fall this direction. You only fall the other direction. Let's see. She coming? Yep. That was a good one, Daisy. This side, I mean, you're not watching me trim this, but you get to see my dog go back and forth and back and forth and back. I'll show you as soon as I get this last. What's wrong we are? Let's go ahead and sew that, shall we? I'm going to. I just never got into scrapbooking. Has anybody been diagnosed with ADHD in the family? Let's see. Did we do it right? It's just it's stitching butter back for my daughter. Then finished the second quilt for my grandson who isn't here. My daughter thinks we all have it. She said, I'm I'm actually gonna see. I'm gonna talk to someone. I After becoming friends with some people that have been diagnosed and are really aware and just listening. I'm like, I do that and that and that. I will hyper focus on something because I'll have a great idea and I'll dive into it and put I don't know how many hours into it, and then something will pull me in another direction, or there's a hiccup, usually something, and then I might not come back to it for years. If I could just pass it off to a personal assistant and go, finish that. Evidently, that's a classic thing. Avoiding doing the mundane stuff because you know you're going to get bored doing it. And there's supposedly lots of things, but there's lots of like decision making stuff. And God, that's big. Good thing it's not going to be actually quilted. Yeah, there's just some things have to be done a certain way for my brain to not tweak out about it. You know, okay, realistically, yes, we all do. Every single one of us is on that spectrum. It just depends on what end you're on. Summary. Antivirus did not find any threats since my last summary. Well, thank you for sharing. All right. Now we got this top section. This fire up here. And we've got one piece. But these are finicky little pieces now. So I can use a few of the scraps. Oops. Gotta make sure. Okay. That is stuck on there. Suppose I'll just change camera. Nope. Yep. So I'm all done with the gray. Oh yeah, plenty. I tend to crash out all of that texture issues with food. And it could be. I'm wondering because I've started realizing that I've been doing some of this stuff for years. And I would just like to know for sure, so maybe I could find some helpful tips. Because I don't know that I have any texture issues. I think so. Well, I mean, and I'm of the Gen X generation that, nobody would have realized that we had a fucking problem anyway. And if they did, we're just quirky. It's not like there was no tests or anything. They jack us up on all kinds of shit. But I can't say that I've come across anything like I did mushroom coffee there for a while, and a lot of those mushrooms are supposed to help. I did everyday dose, and it's tasty. But I don't know that that helps. Oops. I see somebody posted a comment, but my hands are busy. Oh, can you do it on everybody? I mean, I guess you can do it if you pay for it, but I'm just curious. So that's one of the things I'm going to bring up. Because, like, my husband and I will have a hard time. He thinks I get overwhelmed and that I need a break from conversations. And I think sometimes he's just too much. I think it's just, I think he needs to be tested. If you want to be real honest, I think I think we should both be tested, and then maybe we can figure out why. All right, there's a cut in this fabric, and is that going to cause a problem? It might. I have a cut in this fabric right here. So if it stayed like that, and I trim this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to replace that one, damn it. So close to the end, but that's gonna fuck with something. And why probably we had issues going through the original remodel stuff. Because he could clean the slate in his head of what he's talking about. And I would have to have him retell me what room we were going. I mentally had to scrub the image because I could walk through the whole thing. Oop, coming out of the bathroom. Better stop talking about it. Haha. I agree. And honestly, it was some of my customers that are very versed in their own health that I started going, oh, that sounds like when I do this. We're calling it something different, but it's the same thing. So yeah, we'll see. Oh, Miss Daisy. It's going longer nuts. Okay. Ugh. Not being able to see stuff. Okay. I think I could do that. You'd probably feel more confident doing this if I could. C. Okay. G. I. Did it last time too. We're starting with blue. We are working on window door trim, and casings for one window at least. Nope. There we go. That would have been funny. I went and got the paint. I've got one section wallpapered because it wasn't going to be in the way. One I, two is blue. I scribbled in them, but now I can't see. It's all right, Days. So close, but I don't know if I'll get to finish this. So what do? I have like 20 minutes here, 10 minutes there left on a couple projects. And do I just do 20-minute lives and attach it to each playlist? Or do I do one and do all the things in it and just save it in several playlists? What's the right way to do that? I can do shorts. Like I'm new enough at this, I'm not really sure what most people do. Ay, what am I doing? Yeah. All right, I'm sorry. I'm gonna look and see if there's a pair of readers on the table. There's so many lines converging into one little spot here. You fucking dogs. That's not what we're doing. Now. This is gonna look funny, but you can't see me anyway. I had my sunglasses and they're readers. So would I do a bunch of shorts in one day? Like, say, Thursday would be my next day to do this. Do I set up? I'd have to have so much shit prepped, but okay. Do I sign on, start the live, finish the goblet, turn it, say goodnight, start a live, sew the last, 20 minutes of something else together? Just like stack them like that? Two, three, three. This is hilarious that I have my sunglasses on at 8:37 at night in my sewing room. That is blue also. Straight. I'd be able to use it. I'm reading. I'm not meaning to be quiet, but evidently I can't do too many things at once. It's good to do, and I am honored that you would just put me on in the background as long as you don't mind the word fuck, we're fine. Or I could just finish a bunch of stuff on one live. Yeah, that would be, yeah, that's the question. But you probably watch more of these than, say, Ollie. Am I doing? Here? Yeah, I'm just not gonna, I'm not gonna fuck with this. We're just gonna slide it over. Because you can save a live video to more than one playlist, if I'm correct. If I'm right, I thought I was sorry, the wrong spot, so I had to hesitate there for a second. Oh my god. Also do Zoom once a month with another YouTuber. That's cool. One of the ladies that was starting to come into my shop there for a while, of course, she found us after she already knew that she was going to be moving to fucking Pennsylvania. That shit. I hope you watch later. Spang, miss you. Um, she has a YouTube thing, or no, a Zoom thing, and everybody gets together, which I think is awesome. But it's usually when I can't do it, and now I get bombarded with all these messages of shit going on over there. I think Robert's working on trim. Of course, now I hear some banging, so I'm not really sure. He was painting trim. Don't know what the banging would be. Oh, this might be. I'm picking up pink. That's more than enough there. Oh, that's more than enough. This is more than enough. I'll even give myself extra space. I, I love when I can use scrap. A little scrap. Okay. Press, press, press. Now we got one more piece, and we trim it. Hey, hey, hot fun. That's what fucking irons do. Oh, here she comes. Is she gonna come all the way down the ramp? I'm cutting the fucking thing, and it's just string. There. Annoying. I don't feel like I'm ever alone, honestly. When I'm alone, technically, I am at work and I have no customers. So it's not like I can just fuck off. I'm stuck with 30,000 things that still need to be done. They're going to work around this little piece that I just sewed on here because there's a speck of chocolate on it. Because I might have had some chocolate earlier. Well, see, I get your alone stuff. That's, I think, partially why I started doing this. I like the downtime and the alone time. But once we get into this house, I'm like by myself, even with three other people here. Robert's always playing a game. I don't know. And I felt like I wasn't getting to sew for myself. Some of this is shop stuff, but I have to come up with something to do twice a week, which in a way that's like lesson planning and that's horrible. But I feel like I'm getting some stuff done and I love it on days when you guys are here. 85 pounds, congrats. It's amazing, right? Congratulations. I too ended up losing roughly 80 pounds, I think. Quite a while ago. There we go. One more piece. And I'll go to do stuff and still have it be super hard as I'm going, how the fuck did I do this with 80 extra pounds, right? I mean, I'm like shocked. I should not be bitching because I did it when I was heavier. Okay, we gotta keep that to where there's a border an inch on either side. We're just gonna come down here. Jesus, that would be the kid. Scared the shit out of him. Down here. Do you have a channel or do you just go play on everybody else's? Because I'll subscribe if you have a channel. Are they getting their obligatory french fry? Yeah, but then you drove home, so. Unstitched threads, but I have no content. Oh, well, still, it'll make it easy for me to find you. But now I need something to write that on. I don't want to write it on that here. Let's write the pen down. Which lazy bone? I don't know. On the bed here? Oh, maybe. Unstitched. Um, my friend has always had a hard time losing weight no matter how active she's been. And she works in with kindergartners at school, which she's never not running. And it's a 2-story school. I mean, she tells me her steps. I'm like, you should be like, shouldn't be able to see you. You should. I started, honestly, when here, this just falls into our previous conversation, when I get basically overwhelmed and I cannot control things, I start something new because I can control it. It took me a while to figure that out because I wrote a book too. It did the same thing. I was like, I can't. Oh my God. But by doing that though, then it takes 100% of my focus. So, whoops, that's too far down. So I don't focus on the shit that's freaking me out or whatever. I know, it's crazy. I was never quite that high. I think I topped out 220, maybe a little higher. And I've had surgery because I had an apron from kiddos. And so they removed that, did a bunch of other shit to make me happy. And I've kept the weight off, so I'm happy about that too. I'm still in the same pant size as when I had the surgery, and the surgery was the end of 2019. So I'm feeling good, I guess. Great. All right, I have 2 pieces left. What time is it? Oh, we're coming up on 2 hours. All right, I'm trying 1 and 2. What is this? J. J is Okay, tucked in that corner. Okay, so we're starting with blue. What's going on here? Okay, yep, there's the ADD or ADHD. When was I doing this? Because I just went and did that other piece. And when I went to press this fucking little piece, I found this sitting over there. One, two. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to finish this tonight, so I might as well stop here um so that we have a little bit to do on Thursday. And then maybe, being as it's also paper piecing, I have a mountain. You can kind of see it behind me, the purple. Um, that's also paper piecing that I need to um just, I think all I have to do is just assemble the sections for a district manager for. You were always running too. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Oh, so you just had it. Yeah. I mean, you go, girl. My friend had um sleeve not bypass, and watching her trying to remember to take all of these vitamins and supplements and only little tiny bits of food at periods of time. It's an amazing thing. It really is. I did not do anything like that. Mine was more, people think I'm fucking crazy, but I started getting elevated. I had a lot of pain. I would eat Advil like they were candy, and they said that some of the, besides the happy juice in it, there was things that would help with pain. And so I started vaping that. And right then, as soon as it became legal in my state, and I started it for pain, which did help because I stopped with the Advil. My dad got really sick and he passed. So you throw that and depression and not wanting to eat, and so it flipped, which finally needed, and it sounded like you too, needing to flip your metabolism because we get stuck in this. Realistically, I move too much and eat too little to be at this weight. And uh, really, the combination of getting elevated, I don't want to get in trouble, um, and not eating, I flipped. And then it went to the point where I couldn't decide whether I was nauseous because I was hungry because I wasn't eating or because I didn't feel good. So I'd sit down with food and I'd have to, I mean, I ate like I had bariatric surgery. I would have a couple bites and I'd be nauseous trying to take that first bite. And once I took that first bite, then I'd have to just sit and talk to people or do something and give it 5 minutes and see, is that going to make it worse or is that going to make it better, to decide whether I'm going to keep eating. But then I would get full so fast. I have no idea. I'm sure I'm one in a million. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, but yeah. And as much as, yes, I'll get munchies from time to time. When we walk into a dispensary in my area, there's not a single overweight person. So there's something. Oh, that's painful. I'm sorry. Oh, so young. 13. And then there's like almost 10 or so for the bariatric stuff, isn't there? I will be 55 this year in May. But yeah, I mean, keep doing what you're doing. Congrats on that. That is no small accomplishment. I totally understand it. I'm not, please don't think I'm making light of the fact that mine just fell away. Um, but I think we all, every woman, we end up looking for whatever will re-kickstart that metabolism, and that's what it was for me. So I'm eating, and that's good. There are days that I don't eat enough. I don't step on the scale hardly at all. My pants fit me. I can buy the same size every time. Very happy about that. And I get on the scale if I need to for some reason. See? Oh, all right. The husband is giving the dog pills, and I'm toast. So thank you for joining me tonight. It's lovely to get to talk to you, and I hope to see you on Thursday. Take care.